While addressing 95th edition of Man Ki Baat, Prime Minister Narendra Modi appreciates Nagaland's initiative to promote its folk music and said that music and culture of state is the glorious heritage of the country. Advisor to Chief Minister Abu Mehta inaugurates Imagiland, formerly known as Children's Park in Kisama Heritage Village on Saturday. Mehta remarks the state's goal is to support private sector innovation and creativity. Traditional practice of pulling log drum with great community effort continues in state as Nuku under Naklak district successfully initiates a log drum pulling. 26-foot-long log drum took 2 weeks to drag from Myanmar border to Nuku village, covering distance of almost 40 kilometers. Assam Police on Sunday lifts restrictions of vehicular movement and starts allowing vehicles to ply on route to Meghalaya. Upon improvement of law and order situation in Meghalaya, barricades were removed from Jorabat area. Japan reaches World Cup last 16 after a defeat against Costa Rica on Sunday. Costa Rica shocks the world by defeating Japan as Spain trashed Costa Rica 7-0 in the opening match. Hello viewers, I Lomika Chumi welcome you all to English Prime Time. Now news in detail. While addressing the 95th edition of monthly radio program Man Ki Baat, Prime Minister Narendra Modi appreciated Nagaland's initiative to promote its folk music and said that the music and culture of the state is the glorious heritage of the country. PM Modi also mentioned an organization, Lidikro, in Nagaland, which is working to save the tradition of the state and is also trying to pass them to the next generation. PM Modi also added that the organization has started the work of launching Naga music albums, organizing workshops related to folk music and folk dance. The Prime Minister remarked that Lidi is also giving training to the youths in the traditional Nagaland style of apparel making, tailoring and weaving. PM Modi also urged others to make efforts in preserving the cultural styles and traditions of their areas.
साथियों, नागालैंड में नागा समाज की जीवन शैली, उनकी कला, संस्कृति और संगीत, ये हर किसी को आकर्षित करती है। ये हमारे देश की गौरवशाली विरासत का अहम हिस्सा है। नागालैंड के लोगों का जीवन और उनके स्किल्स सस्टेनेबल लाइफस्टाइल के लिए भी बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है। इन परंपराओं और स्किल्स को बचाकर अगली पीढ़ी तक पहुंचाने के लिए वहां के लोगों ने एक संस्था बनाई है जिसका नाम है लीडी क्रोयू। यही नहीं, नागालैंड की पारंपरिक शैली में कपड़े बनाने, सिलाई, बुनाई जैसे जो काम, उनकी भी ट्रेनिंग युवाओं को दी जाती है। पूर्वोत्तर में बैम्बू से भी कितने ही तरह के प्रोडक्ट्स बनाए जाते हैं। नई पीढ़ी के युवाओं को बैम्बू प्रोडक्ट्स बनाने का भी सिखाया जाता है। इससे इन युवाओं का अपनी संस्कृति से जुड़ाव तो होता ही है, साथ ही उनके लिए रोजगार के नए नए अवसर भी पैदा होते हैं। नागा लोक संस्कृति के बारे में ज्यादा से ज्यादा लोग जानें, इसके लिए भी
The National Mountain Running Committee's chairman and advisor to Nagaland's Chief Minister Abu Mehta officially inaugurated the Imagiland, formerly known as Children's Park in Kisama Heritage Village on Saturday. According to him, the state's goal is to support private sector innovation and creativity while also generally enabling young people in Nagaland to follow their aspirations. During the program, the DPDP chairman and advisor for tourism, art and culture, Khehovi Yepthomi, stated that the renovation of the children's park was urgently needed and that despite being started on short notice and with a small budget, the tourism department and emerging team were crucial to its success. Furthermore, Additional Director of Tourism Department Vielo Dola claimed that the children park will serve as both a playground and a learning environment and hoped that more places of this concept will be introduced in other places as well. The traditional practice of pulling the log drum with great community effort continues in the state as Nuku, which is under Noklak district, successfully initiated the log drum pulling under the aegis of Nuku Council and Nuku Public Organization. The 26-foot-long log drum took exactly 2 weeks to drag from Myanmar border to Nuku village, covering a distance of almost 40 kilometers. The unity and brotherhood between the communities was clearly visible as around 300 male folks, both young and old, participated tirelessly in completing the task in 3 days through uphill and dangerous roads. Meanwhile, leading from the front, the Nuku chairman, Tiamo, stated that the log drum pulling is a tradition passed on to the present generation from their forefather. Chairman Tiamo further added that the social religious practices of keeping a log drum brings good luck to the village and is pounded during emergencies like fire, arrival of invaders, or for signaling clarion calls for village meetings and during celebrations.
The log drum do hele moi khan laga forefather tradition ase. Idu log drum thagile idu rakhile pusti di kiba chui khol chulai dile iduge marigni idu awas oni lagine manu jama gorigni idu chui khan doile bon gori loi aro idu moi khan laga forefather khan bai idu moi khan laga tradition doile idu moi khan sun aro moon lunar eclipse aro solar eclipse idu khan thagile iduge marigine khetai loi inega laga moi khan laga niyam do forefather laga idu ase aro idu moi khan idu log drum ania doile ekdom dor Myanmar border de jaigne loise to rasta pi thake nai to moi khan chongkor kati kine rasta banai loigne idu log drum doile anise aro idu log drum bana doile moi khan 14 days di idu moi khan laga pusti punji je aro manu idu tanibule ja doile 200 plus thakise aro idu log drum du hela moi khan idu kan rusi ki bandia do ile idu amya dandi na phangi bole nimidi aro manu bra idu thuri gene ekdom mushar guri gene idu na phangi gene ani bole nimidi idu kan rusi khan banai gene ase aro idu bra pandi gene iniga ani idu rob du log drum du hele moi khan.
As the state is all set to celebrate Hornbill Festival, the NDPP Central Youth Organization carried out a social work in Kohima town under the theme Cleanliness Our Responsibility on Saturday morning. During a brief program before the start of the social work, Advisor of Urban Development and Municipal Affairs, Dr. Nikisale Nikikere, urged the residents to instill a sense of responsibility in keeping the surroundings clean. He also informed that the next social work will take place in Kohima town during the Hornbill Festival, while taking into account the attendance of tourists at the festival. Meanwhile, CYO President Imcha Toba Imchen, in his presidential note, stated that during the social work, the youth will paint the national highways, put up hoardings at 6 key areas, place trash cans at 8 points, and sensitize the citizens to keep the city clean through PA system. Notably, a total of 400 volunteers and CYO representatives participated in the social work. In order to inform the purpose of upcoming Hornbill Night Carnival, which is scheduled to be held from December 1, Kohima Chamber of Commerce Industry President Kezazar Angami addressed a press conference on Sunday. The festival, which will begin from December 1 to 10, will be held in collaboration with tourism and district administration. The president informed that 120 to 130 stalls along with local dishes will be displayed to encourage the local artists, and a multi-level parking will be used for parking during the carnival. Live concerts will be held, which will provide the local artists an opportunity to show their talents. The president also added that the awards for best stalls, decorative stalls, innovative stall and cleaner stall will also be given.
As you all know, that annually the Kohima Night Carnival is part of the Hornbill calendar. And I should say that it is another major attraction other than the events that are held in our Hornbill site at Kisama. And as time goes on, this has also become an integral part of the Hornbill Festival. So the KCCI, under the aegis of the KCCI, the night carnival is organized, and in cooperation with the tourism department, the state administration, the KMC, the KCCI used to organize the night carnival in Kohima. And this year too, beginning from the 1st of December till the 10th of December, the night carnival will be organized in the main town of Kohima.
This year also we're organizing the Hornbill Night Carnival, and like previous years, we'll be conducting in the main town area with stalls, different kinds of stalls and entertainments. This year we have around 120 to 130 vendors, there is stalls.
So what we try to do this year is, along with the form, when they submit their form, we have a price list where they mention whatever they are going to sell along with the prices. So we try to control the prices, not to go exorbitant. Of course, everybody is there to make a profit for business, but then just to keep the prices along the same line as the regular business days rest of the year. So we will be doing that during the event also.
As you all know, that
The Tobo Village Baptist Church organized a Thanksgiving service program on Sunday where a number of fruits, vegetables, handicrafts along with cash amount were donated. During the sermon, Reverend Pastor Pulam appreciated the community members for their cooperation and further inspired the community members to always be faithful and thankful to God. The Shamator Battalion of Assam Rifles, under the aegis of Headquarter Inspector General of Assam Rifles North, organized multiple activities on Saturday as a part of a goodwill measure and to maintain healthy relationship with locals. At first, a weapon and equipment display was organized to motivate the students and the Staff Selection Commission aspirants at Shamator village. On the other hand, the Shamator Battalion distributed essential commodities to poor needy at Nokyang village. The efforts from the team showed a relentless endeavor towards the poverty-stricken villagers in the area, which also involved reaching out to the elderly people. Meanwhile, a team from company operating base Langyong interacted with the local students and gave them some valuable inputs while ensuring that every child is having basic study materials to excel in life. Furthermore, the generous efforts made by the Assam Rifles was highly appreciated by local villagers who expressed heartfelt gratitude to the battalion. In view of improving law and order situation in Meghalaya, Assam police on Sunday lifted the restrictions of vehicular movement and started allowing all vehicles to ply on the route to Meghalaya. The barricades were removed from Jorabad area and all vehicles were allowed to enter into the neighboring state. The restrictions were imposed after the violent clashes that took place between Assam and Meghalaya on Tuesday. Members of various social organizations in Meghalaya burned effigies of Union Home Minister Amit Shah and Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma in the protest against the border violence. External visit to Manipur from November 26 visited the IMA market in Impal on Sunday. Furthermore, he also visited the Japanese War Memorial Impal Peace Museum, where he laid wreath and paid his tribute to the heroes. Earlier, during an interactive program on Saturday, Jaishankar talked about the improvement made by the central government on Northeast's connectivity and infrastructure. He further assured that they are working to improve connectivity within the Northeast and to the wider world, and rather than the fundamental rights. CM Kandu, while speaking at the Constitution Day celebration at capital Itanagar, stated that the fundamental duties are also important and necessary for the country, but people always stress on fundamental rights only. Arunachal CM further added that the youths must be educated on fundamental duties so that they would contribute towards the development of the society. Meanwhile, Speaker Pasang Dorji Sona addressed the state as one of the best performing and digitally sound assembly in the country. The investigation by the Special Investigation Cell continues in the Arunachal Pradesh Public Service Commission paper leak case as 7 more persons were arrested in connection to the case. The SIC Superintendent of Police Anant Mittal on Saturday stated that a total of 20 arrests has been made so far in the paper leak case, as 7 more persons were apprehended recently this week, which included 6 government officials. Notably, the paper leak case was brought into light by a candidate of the APPSC examination, Yamar Padung, who filed a police complaint in the Itanagar police station of a suspicion of examination paper leak on August 29. The post-harvest festival of the Garos, 100 Drams of Wangala festival, was celebrated at Assam's Golpara district on November 25 and 26 this year, as it is mainly celebrated in Meghalaya every year. The Garo Cultural Forum and the Garo Students' Union, with support from Rabah Hasong Autonomous Council, organized a 2-day event which concluded on Saturday. The president of Garo Cultural Forum, Desal Abimik R. Marak, while speaking at the program, stated that it is the first time the festival was celebrated in Assam. Marak also requested support from the Assam government so that the festival can be organized in future as well. A total of 10 dance groups from Assam's Kamrup and Golpara districts participated in the event, while cultural dances and songs as well as Garo indigenous games and food made the festival a successful one. Bharat Jodo Yatra, led by Congress leader Rahul Gandhi, reached Unnao on Sunday on the 5th day of its Madhya Pradesh leg. The yatra will pass through 7 districts in 12 days in Madhya Pradesh. Around 1,400 personnel have been deployed in the city to provide security to the yatra. The Grand All Parties Kanyakumari to Kashmir Mass Contact Program aims to revive its connect with people at the grassroots level amid back-to-back poll setbacks over the years. Earlier, Priyanka Gandhi Vadra also joined the Rahul Gandhi-led Padyatra in Madhya Pradesh. As the winter begins to set in, the national capital again breatheth in a very poor category of air. A thick layer of smoke engulfed the city on Sunday morning with an overall AQI at 315. Meanwhile, the national capital region Noida recorded an AQI at 345 in the poor category, while Delhi University area and IIT Delhi's AQI stood at 309, both in the very poor category as well.
मगर इतना नहीं है जितना कि डेंजरस पोजीशन में हो। पोल्यूशन तो है, परेशानियां तो खैर पोल्यूशन के टाइम पर परेशानी तो होती है, मगर अब ऐसा नहीं है, अब ठीक है। सरकारें भी कोई ध्यान नहीं दे रही, और जो जिस तरह से सरकारें चाहती हैं कि ये पोल्यूशन का सोल्यूशन मिल जाए, नहीं मिलेगा। इसके लिए हर आदमी को एफर्ट्स करने पड़ेंगे।
सर ये वैसे तो अभी मतलब बहुत ही खतरनाक है वैसे होने को, तो बस अगर बस इतना है कि लोग थोड़ा मास्क वास्क लगा के रखें और थोड़ा हेल्थ मतलब चीज़ें रखें। दिक्कतें होती है वैसे तो सर मेरे को वैसे तो अभी तक तो दिक्कत नहीं हुई। अभी है ना कि साइकिल में चलाता रहता हूँ हर टाइम, तो मेरे को अभी इतनी दिक्कत पड़ी नहीं, बहुत ही कम चांस। उस समय सर एकदम मतलब ज़्यादा ही दिक्कत हुई, जैसे कि मतलब बिल्कुल घर से ना बिल्कुल मतलब निकलने का ही मन नहीं हो रहा था। कहीं जाओ तो जाओ कैसे, और आंखों से बिल्कुल मतलब एकदम से आंसू ऐसे जैसे किसी ने मतलब।
पोल्यूशन तो है मगर इतना नहीं है जितना कि डेंजरस पोजीशन में हो। पोल्यूशन तो है, परेशानियां तो खैर पोल्यूशन के टाइम पर परेशानी तो होती है, मगर अब ऐसा नहीं है, अब ठीक है। सरकारें भी कोई ध्यान नहीं दे रही, और जो जिस तरह से सरकारें चाहती हैं कि ये पोल्यूशन का सोल्यूशन मिल जाए, नहीं मिलेगा। इसके लिए हर आदमी को एफर्ट्स करने पड़ेंगे।
सर ये वैसे तो अभी मतलब बहुत ही खतरनाक है वैसे होने को, तो बस इतना है कि लोग थोड़ा मास्क वास्क लगा के।
In a bid to further strengthen its presence in the sea, the Indian Navy on a Saturday launched its third of the 4 vessels named Ikshak at Chennai's Kattupalli. The survey vessel has been built by the Garden Rich Shipbuilders and Engineers Limited, along with Larsen and Toubro, as part of contract worth rupees 2,435, with the Ministry of Defence signed on October 2018. The Ministry of Defence stated that the launch ceremony was graced by Vice Admiral Kiran Deshmukh, Flag Officer Commanding-in-Chief and a Southern Naval Command, while the vessel made her first contact with water at Bay of Bengal. The new addition to the Indian Navy can carry up to 4 survey motorboats and an integral helicopter, which would provide better surveillance of the water. As the artisans for their contribution to Indian handicraft, Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar will present the Shilpi Guru and National Awards on Monday. Ministry of Textiles will organize the event and will present awards to master craftsperson for the year 2017, 18 and 19. Union Minister of Textiles, Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution and Commerce and Industries, Piyush Goyal, will preside over the event, and Minister of State for Railways and Textiles, Adarshana Vikram Jardosh, will be the guest of honor. The scheme of National Awards for Master Craftsmen was introduced in 1965 and Shilp Guru Awards in 2002. An overspeeding car crashed into a gathering of people in Bihar's Saran district on Saturday, injuring about 18 people. The people were having a funeral feast on the roadside when the car drove into the crowd. Following the incident, angry locals protested by blocking the main road. Notably, police officers reached the site while the injured were taken to the hospital for further treatment. A huge fire broke out in Uttar Pradesh on Saturday night at a mattress factory. The incident took place at Bulandshahr district in Sukandrabad area. Firefighters were rushed to the incident spot, although no casualties have been reported so far. Meanwhile, on the same day, another fire incident occurred at a Navin Fruit Market in Lucknow, where it took around 8 fire tenders to douse off the fire. However, no fatalities has been reported from the incident as well. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Saturday took down to Twitter and uploaded the Department of Information Technology and Telecom Bhutan and ISRO on a successful launch of the jointly developed satellite of both the countries. External Minister S. Ajay Shankar also congratulated the ITT Bhutan and ISRO on the successful launch of India-Bhutan satellite and remarked that both countries have achieved a historic milestone. The PSLV C-54 carried the India-Bhutan satellite along with India's Earth Observation Satellite 06 and other satellites from the Satish Dhawan Space Center from Sriharikota in Andhra Pradesh. A high-level delegation from Bhutan led by Minister of Information and Communications of Bhutan, Yongpo Karma Donan Wangdi, travelled to Sriharikota to witness the launch of India-Bhutan satellite.
Today, we have achieved a historic milestone in India's bilateral cooperation with Bhutan as two special friends and neighbors. In a span of 2 years, the collaborative efforts of the dedicated team of space engineers and scientists from ISRO and the Bhutanese side have culminated today in the launch of this satellite for Bhutan. As envisioned by Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi, as well as His Majesty the King of Bhutan, our two sides have taken the India-Bhutan partnership to a new and emerging area in the 21st century through achievements in space and technology. Today, we have achieved a historic milestone.
The joint military exercise between armies of Australia and India named Austra Hint 22 will take place in Rajasthan on November 28. The joint military exercise aims to build positive military ties and promote the ability to operate together. The first exercise under Austra Hint will be participated by armies of both the nations and will continue till December 11. The Australian Army contingent comprising soldiers from 13th Brigade of the 2nd Division arrived Rajasthan. During the exercise, the armies will engage in various tasks including joint planning, joint tactical drills and sharing bases of special arm skills, besides promoting understanding between the nations. The exercise will also help in strengthening ties between India and Australia. Massive protests broke out in China's remote Xinjiang region against President Xi Jinping's much criticized zero-COVID policy after a fire at a partially locked down apartment building claimed 10 lives. Several witnesses claimed that the emergency response to the blaze was hampered due to the COVID curbs. Hundreds were heard asking for President Jinping to resign, while many people have blamed the lockdown of residential buildings for the fire. Although Chinese authorities denied the cause, but on Friday, Urumqi officials did issue an unusual apology, promising to punish anyone who disobeyed the duty. The surprises in the ongoing FIFA World Cup 2022 continues as all over the world as Costa Rica shocked everyone by defeating Japan on Sunday at Ahmed bin Ali Stadium in Qatar, whereas Spain trashed Costa Rica 7-0 in their opening match. Meanwhile, Belgium is fighting hard against the mighty Morocco currently in Group F battle, while Luka Modric's Croatia will face Canada in the Group F clash later on Sunday night. Dear viewers, that's all we have for now. Keep watching Nagaland TV.